All right, so this is just the first screen it gets to when I load up the program. It's basically just a splash screen that just shows the name. This is encoder A, and this is encoder B in the code. I have this flashing there's a temperature probe that I'm attached to, as well as a proximity sensor that I don't currently have wired up. But that doesn't affect the system, at least showing you the program cycles. So when I click this button, it cycles through the different UIs for the different programs. So the first one should be the filling program, the second one should be the stats menu, and then the third one is the CIP menu. And then it only loops through those three and never comes back to this splash screen. This is just on the startup. Let me show you the first one. So it's a little washed out, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can get this to go down some. Sorry, I'm gonna bring this closer. See if I can get a better view of the screen for you. It's a little clear, let me lock that in. So you can see I have time, foam, and a temperature gauge. I've got an off and an on switch in this top corner here. So let me use a little pointer and make it a little bit easier. So when I hit this button, button B, it cycles the programs off or on, regardless of which program I'm in. And so this A's rotary encoder, I'll show you. I turn the dial. Let's turn it to 1 second on my fill time. And let's cycle through the next program. So I'm gonna click this encoder. So there's my stats menu. We haven't ran anything yet, so it's not logged anything. And then there's my CIP menu. Again, the off and on button tied to this rotary encoder B over here. And then let's say I'm on my CIP mode and I spin this dial, let's spin it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's a full second. And I go back to the filling one, you see it changed my time there. So that's the issue I have. I feel like that was clear, but this at least shows you just how the program cycle happens. And so these are basically, this powers a filling machine. So they're gonna wanna change the time on basically their beer can fill for volume and turn that program on or off. They'll wanna switch to the stats menu during a filling run to see how far they're in or how many cans they've filled, etc., an estimate. And then the CIP mode is so they can clean in place CIP. So it's basically allowing them to clean the machine without doing a full breakdown disassembly, which is in beer is just not a common practice if you do good clean to place measures. But anyways, so that's pretty straightforward, but that shows you the cycling of these things and the issue, which is just that this is logging. Because ideally, I really want to be able to have this one rotary encoder do different things on different screens. I have a temperature set point, which makes this basically this red flashing alarm over here by my thumb turn on or off. And I can't really set that right now because I can't have a rotary encoder operating two different variables in two different programs, I guess. So that's kind of why I'm coming back to this and trying to figure this out. Because right now it's not a huge problem the way the program runs. It does everything it needs to. But if I want to change that, I can. I just don't really know how.